International media will have you believing that the US and China are on the brink of war and that there is no coming back from this, that they can never be friends. But this is not completely true. There have been times, or numerous times in history, when the two superpowers have in fact been friends. For instance, the China Fights On campaign from the mid-40s was an iconic American World War II propaganda campaign created to mobilize humanitarian and financial support for China, who was a key ally against the Axis powers during World War II. The campaign even featured Mickey and Donald helping Fantasia's seemingly Chinese mushroom character hop low. And then we fast forward to the 1970s when the Sino-Soviet split started occurring during the Cold War. During this time, the two nations shifted from bitter Cold War rivalries to strategic partners, which would even result in normalization of trade relations in the 2000s. This era of US-China relations is often referred to as the rapprochement period or the gradual thaw period, the latter because it refers to a warming of relations that was not the case during the Cold War. It was during this time that ping-pong diplomacy took root, when in 1971, China invited the US table tennis team to Beijing, breaking a 22-year freeze on public interaction. This was followed by President Nixon's historic visit to China in 1972, making him the first US president to visit mainland China. The visit allowed the American public to view images of China for the first time in over 2 decades, and President Nixon famously called the visit the week that changed the world. The last day of his visit saw the issuance of the Shanghai Communique, which laid the foundation for modern bilateral ties between the two states, with formal diplomatic recognition of China occurring in 1979. Then in 1979, Chinese Vice Premier Deng Xiaoping famously toured the US and took American public by storm when he wore a 10-gallon hat that was gifted to him at a Texas rodeo. Now, that image is often equated as softening US public perception towards China, and the image really was used as such. This era also saw increased military and intelligence cooperation, and by the early 2000s, trade relations was almost completely normalized. This piece is important to us because it tells a story of the two superpowers that we seldom hear today. The narrative now is that they are rivals or even enemies who are vying for their place in a unilateral world. But if the two could have had good and friendly relations during a complicated time like the Cold War, then it tells us that it's possible again. If you're interested in US-China relations, don't forget to save this post.